name is Elwan Héry. I did my engineering school at the École nationale supérieure d'ingénieurs de Limoges on mechatronics, and in parallel of this, I did the master action on optimization at the University of Limoges. I went after this to Compiègne for my PhD, where I worked with my PhD supervisor Philippe Zu and Philippe Bonifay on cooperative localization for autonomous communicating vehicles. So the idea was to use the capacity of the vehicle to perceive each other to be able to obtain an accurate, safe localization to avoid accident with other cars. I continue this work as a teaching assistant, an 8-year contract, before going to Lille at the Crystal Lab, where I work as a postdoctoral researcher, and I contribute here on the acquisition of datasets and the implementation of new sensors on the new Renault Zoe car that they received recently. And finally, I joined Centrale Nantes and the LSDN as an associate professor. So my work is on dynamic maps and extended perception. So the idea is to use classic road maps where we will add some dynamic information, like the position of the car, but also the perception of what is around the car. So like other cars or pedestrians, for example. If we do this, we will have actually the same thing as a classic driver will have, but we can also extend the perception with communication information, the position of other cars that are hidden by obstacles, for example, and with this information we can extend this dynamic map further. So Centrale Nantes gives me the opportunity to extend my research with new methods. Here the idea is to add, to put words into what we are able to perceive. So instead of having object with point cloud, we'll add words into it. So we'll say that this object that we perceive is a pedestrian, is a vehicle, a bicycle, etc., etc. And in the teaching side, I had the opportunity to teach high-level students directly on my field of interest. So I'm working with the Armen team and the engineer involved with the cars, and mainly also on the research side with Vincent Frémont, with who I started to supervise one PhD student, Minquan Dao, and one future PhD student, Charlotte Bonne. I've started to work with new projects and with Vincent Frémont, but also other universities in France and in Europe in general. So for my upcoming project, I will start mainly 3 projects. So DeepCosLam, Shared Next Talent project, which deal with localization and mapping for autonomous ground vehicles. Annapolis, which is an ANR project, where the goal is to manage new powered mobility devices like e-bikes or hoverboard with autonomous vehicles. And finally, I'm also working with Dioniso, an Italian project, where the idea is to use different types of robots, so legs robots, wheel robots, and IRL robots, which can cooperate with each other for search and rescue mission. And looking further ahead, we have several other projects in the pipeline.